Fine.
Pout all you want, but keep the answers straight. Got it?
Ihara's assault was designed to establish a false alibi for Mikoshiba's murder. So Kawana had you play the victim, and together you pulled one over on the police and the court.
Can you confirm if this is all accurate so far, please?
Yeah.
The person who groped you on the train wasn't Ihara-san himself. It was his stand-in. And my understanding is that he had conspirators to help him fabricate this event?
That's right.
What was Kawana doing at the time? Was he in Ijinsho or Tokyo?
Didn't you hear your lady friend? Ihara-san had a stand-in. And that stand-in was our sensei.
You mean Kawana posed as Ihara himself? So this Ihara was actually Kawana. Huh.
Sensei and Ihara-san have a pretty similar build. Not sure they could have pulled it off otherwise, you know?
But some spots don't look right, like his mouth. You sure that's really Kawana-san?
That part around his mouth is fake. He said he scanned Ihara-san's face and made it on a 3D printer.
Oh, huh. You can print things in 3D now?
Well, it's a machine that takes a model's data from a computer and prints physical objects using materials like resin. So if you were to scan a person's face onto a computer, a 3D printer could accurately recreate it.
I don't know the details, but that's what Sensei used to become Ihara-san.
Something like this. See, with a 3D printer, a piece of a face is pretty easy to make.
What the hell?
I see. His eyes are hidden behind the sunglasses, and the seams on his jaw are obscured by the mask.
It's incredible, I must say. With the mouth area so visible, it's too convincing to think he's anybody else. And with the prosecution assuming he's just another sexual predator, they fell for it.
This is no time to be impressed. In case you forgot, he had the defense fooled too.
Right.
Assuming Kawana was Ihara's double, there's still some evidence I'm iffy about.
I'm of the same opinion.
Okay. Which evidence is questionable?
Can you take a closer look?
That's the Ikebukuro.
Kawana was pretending to be Ihara. Then Kawana...
Right. Didn't we...
What do you make of this?
I mean... the one running on the platform wasn't Ihara-san.
Meaning...
There is no more meaning. That's all. The stand-in turned out to be none other than Jin Kawana, which
Yep.
Mamiya-san...
Good to know. This came out pretty...
Uh-huh.
So the guy in the back is Kawana posing as a...
Yes. And he actually...
Sounds like you had a hell of a time
I
getting
didn't.
this...
That's Sensei sure did.
How about this?
What's this?
We made a diagram of Shinjuku Station. The platforms...
We've all been looking into it. So, let's say Ahara murdered. If that was the case, then after Ahara had his stand-in, sound about right?
Is I give up what you're looking for? You figured it out.
Any thoughts after seeing?
Stop it.
You're gonna look away? You aided and abetted.
I mean,
Who
yes.
put this video up on the...
Sensei did. He said from the start that once Ehara-san goes...
So that was all part...
Yeah. Sensei can't forgive the law for how easy it lets off bullies. His son's death was brushed aside. The court, and that's what led them to his hold. The real victim is some bully who never got what he deserved, and the killer gets off in court by being convicted of battery. How would the public respond after finding out they'd gamed the law like that?
So Kawana and Ahara's real plan...
Seems to be going well for them. The courts are...
I guess Ahara really was desperate. He was never concerned about his own punishment.
Yeah? Cop or not, Ahara is a broken man. Nobody took responsibility for his son's death. And the courts all but ignored...
I can't even imagine.
Yeah.
Sensei and Ehara-san are the perfect pair with nothing to lose. Speaking of which, are we done?
This piece of the...
Is that...
The police examined the trace evidence, and from the analysis, the same fibers...
That's right. If the stand-in was the groper, Ehara-san, but the evidence on Ehara-san's hand...
I take it there was a trick to this, too?
That's simple. Before I got on the train, I met with the real Ehara-san at the underground platform. That's when I had him touch the underground. After that, all I had to do was go to the bathroom and put them on. That's where the fiber... What the police found on Ehara-san's hands was exactly what we want. The courts really ate it up.
You're really starting to open up. That's the spirit. How should we be looking at this?
The guy getting taken down in the footage, Sensei had already switched places with them before the scene happened. No one saw through his disguise.
Makes sense. There'd be no way to swap places after getting caught like this. His sunglasses were removed too.
Also, the person who tripped him was one of ours. So was the one who took the smartphone video. If nobody tried to stop him, he would have just gotten... But the most important part of it was pinning Ehara-san as the culprit out in public.
Right. If that didn't happen...
More or less.
So basically, this entire battery case was calculated from the start. Nothing but smoke and mirrors. How about this?
And this...
Before the incident, Ahara used this card to go through the...
Right, and it was on October...
Thanks, Hoshinoka.
Happy to help.
At the earliest, Mikoshiba's time of... If Ahara killed Mikoshiba in a Jinsho, and frankly, that's him... Huh?
That Sensei borrowed the card from Ehara-san before. Afterward, he slipped it back to Ehara. That way, Ehara-san ended up having the time-stamped card on him.
So even the entry time through the ticket gate was used as part of the alibi?
It all seems so obvious now that I hear it. Nobody'd suspect...
Yeah. And on top of all that, no one knew Mikoshiba...
Anything else?
Yagami-san, you sure...
Yeah, I think we've got plenty. Bottom line, at the very least, we know that the prosecution's evidence can all be refuted.
The courts were being intentionally misled. I'm
Are
concerned.
you saying you want a retrial?
I am. We'll reveal Ahara and Kawana's plot and overturn the verdict they...
That might be harder than...
Why do you say that?
Well, the previous as the client, if he doesn't want an appeal, there's no way you're getting one. Doesn't matter what any lawyer tries to do. If Ahara refuses to appeal, then that's that.
And we'll talk to him tomorrow. First, we need to see how he reacts.
Sounds good. Then let's meet at the...
Will do.
So...
Sure are. Great job, everyone.
Yo, Yagami. You sure it was...
Yeah?
I mean, She helped Kuwana kill all those people.
I would.
Nothing?
Frankly, we don't have any proof of the murder she was talking about.
What, so this...
Nothing directly pointing to Mamiya anyway. Aside from Mikoshiba, which means all we can do is take her home, right? Sugura's...
Fine, forget it.
Come on, man, why the cold shoulder? Am I really that...
You wouldn't be the guy I'd call to hang out with. So if you're done, then go.
Wow. Straight for the jugular, huh?
But if it's help you need, I'll be there. I've had nothing but time lately. But only if you bow your head and ask nice.
I know for a fact you'd help me out regardless, so why waste a good bow? Thanks for the drink.
Dude, come on. That was your cue to bow and ask nice.
waste.
So, you're recommending an appeal? I have that right? Did some new evidence come to light?
Yui Mamiya told us some things. Like how you faked your You wanted the sexual battery conviction.
Well,
your goal was to avenge your son and
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Ahara-san, we have a much better grasp of this.
And what exactly have you grasped?
Like Yagami-san just said, you're innocent. As far as the harassment goes. As your lawyer, I'll file for an appeal. And we'll make sure the world knows it.
Thanks, but no. I'm scum of the earth. A pervert. The prosecution and the judge made that very clear in the verdict.
On the day of the crime, October 7th, at around 6:30 a.m., you were in Ijincho, not Tokyo.
Baloney. I was relaxing at home.
Except that you weren't.
Oh?
You wanted to give the man who pushed your son to suicide the beating of a lifetime. And you'd miss out on that opportunity if you were at home, which is why you were in Ijincho instead. Isn't that right? You and Kawana's former student staked out Mikoshiba's house until he left. Then you dragged your prey into a car and brought him to an abandoned building in Ijincho, which would later become a murder scene. Every bone on Mikoshiba's fingers was broken. Remembering how he pushed Toshiro-kun to his death, it's no wonder you'd go that far. You tortured Mikoshiba without a shred of remorse. You inflicted no small amount of pain and terror. There's no way you weren't there, and I'd put my money on that.
And then...
You need the whole play-by-play? Even though you already know...
Oh, not at all.
As for what you did next after beating Mikoshiba...
It's quite a home video.
Without leaving anything on Mikoshiba's body that could be traced back to you, you slit his throat. Estimated time of death was around 7. You tossed the bloody coat and made your way to Ikebukuro Station, where Yui Mamiya was waiting.
Are you sure? I was at Ikebukuro by 7:30 a.m. Would have been impossible for me to kill Mikoshiba in Ijincho.
The person in the security camera footage in Ikebukuro was a double who imitated your look, the identity of whom belonged to Jin Kawana, the handyman in Ijincho, former high school teacher Yuki Takata. So which name did he give?
I don't know who you're talking.
With Kawana in view of the security camera, you met up with Yui Mamiya at Ikebukuro first. That's where you touched the undergarments she had prepared. The police would later discover the trace evidence on your hand. Then you made your way to Shinjuku Station. After that, Mamiya and Kuwana acted out the groping as they arrived at Shinjuku Station. Kuwana jumped out of the train and Mamiya chased after him. And then, in the smallest of blind spots in a station absolutely packed with cameras, you were waiting for Kuwana, who looked just like you. With the two of you matching, you were able to swap places in that huge crowd without anyone noticing. Kuwana handed you the transit card used to pass the ticket gate. Just one piece of hard evidence that placed them right after the swap, Mamiya started. After that, well, we've all seen how the news reported.
An active duty police officer arrested for sexual battery. As a result, despite it being your first offense, the consensus is that it was a fitting punishment for someone so heinous. Even as your...
Have some confidence in the prosecution, the judge, and I'm in no position to doubt you. And I've long accepted the ruling that Toshiro was never bullied. There's nothing I can do but abide by the rule of law. Right? That's all I can do, right?
I know what you're trying to say. You carried out the justice that the courts wouldn't, right?
Everything my son went through was passed off like it never... School, the teachers, and yes, the court. They all dismissed the reason he died.
That's when Kuwana came in the picture, telling you Toshiro-kun had been bullied. But was it Kuwana's words that suddenly made you want to kill Mikoshiba? Because all of his fingers were broken while he was still alive. Was that...
What do you have to say, Ihara-san?
Was Sawa-sensei the one who told you the truth? She was the only... You had to have...
Nearly hit the neck.
Nearly?
After my trial, she confessed she knew about the bullying. But only to her old teacher over the phone. She had no idea she was being recorded.
What?
Kuwana-san let me listen to that recording where I learned Sawa-sensei had been muzzled by both the homeroom teacher and the lawyer. That was the proof of Toshiro's bullying I'd wanted all throughout the trial. After hearing Sawa-sensei's words, I finally understood.
Was there no other evidence of the bullying? Like a...
Nothing. Toshiro never talked to me or my wife about the bullying. He was bullied in middle school, too. Kids would throw his pencil case around or hide his books. When I heard about it, I chewed him out. They walk all over you because you're weak. Grow spine, I told him.
I take it that was the wrong approach.
Yeah. I can't imagine how much courage it took for him to come forward about his suffering. I'm sure he felt ashamed about it. And I should have listened when he pleaded for help. I should have told him I was proud of his... But instead, I pushed him away. No matter. He went to a private school out in Yokohama. Because he hated living with me.
And that's why you didn't hesitate to unleash hell on Mikoshiba.
If you say so.
So the first time Kuwana showed up was when he let you listen to the phone call with Sawa-sensei, right?
Yes. He approached... I was in uniform when he came to me, too. Very bold. But it paid off. He reassured me he had already taken care of multiple and that he'd urged other families to avenge. He'd tell them that simply being branded a bully wasn't enough.
If justice can be served at one's own discretion, laws would... If the law isn't fair to everyone, no one will obey it. The law is only able to help the powerless because it can't be swayed by money, force, or anything else.
Then tell me, what's the solution? To overlook those the law won't judge is to abandon those the law couldn't protect.
To render justice with confidence, you require sufficient evidence.
Some of the victims' families refused Kawana's offer of revenge, telling him it would be unforgivable. But even after rejecting his offer, do you understand what that implies? Whether you follow through with revenge, Kawana-san presents a solution that resonates with people. Being that the law is...
No, you're not. But we're fighting to make it as fair as we can.
They don't change fast enough. Toshiro's death was murder by another name. Yet Hiromi Kushiba walked. He even got to enroll in a teaching program as a student. Someone like him? It's insane! I'd die of old age before the law was ever written to be fair enough. For Toshiro's sake, I can't turn a blind eye to a world where the Mikoshibas can... Tell me, what alternative was there to getting blood on my hands?
Yagami-san, did he just...
This is the first time you've admitted to killing Mikoshiba.
You really did your research, unlike those useless cops. I didn't expect it to be
I just got lucky. There was some dirt on Yui Mamiya that Kawana could have used against her. If we hadn't found it, there's no way we would have gotten her to talk.
What are you talking about?
Sorry, but I'm under no...
Ahara-san, you'll be sent to prison as a sex offender as it stands.
Of course. The charges will be confirmed, and I'll be convicted. They wouldn't be able to admit I could scream, "I killed Mikoshiba" at the top of my lungs. It wouldn't matter.
Are you saying you intend to admit to the murder after you're released?
Everyone's seen the video of me killing Mikoshiba by now. It's obviously authentic, but the prosecution, and even if I do confess...
They wouldn't.
No, that's not beneath them. But I take it how they react doesn't really matter to you. All you want is to humiliate the law, don't you?
It seems you're starting... If the prosecution wanted to charge me for Mikoshiba's murder, then they'd have to retract the battery verdict. And that would mean admitting to a massive... It would be chaos. Despite knowing who murdered Mikoshiba, wouldn't that just be wonderful?
I hear you. And I even get why you'd feel pretty proud of accomplishing that.
Do you?
But in this case, the guy's pretty much grabbed the tiger by the tail.
What tiger's tail?
Someone's issuing orders to the thugs in Kamurocho from behind the scenes. He's the tiger in this case. And they've been closing in on your partner, Kawana. And Sawa-sensei got in their path. I'm sure you get the newspaper in here, right? Sawa-sensei was killed after the thugs broke into her home.
And where she was killed. And by thugs, you mean arcade?
Yeah, but we don't know why they're going after Kawana. Any idea?
No way I'd know.
You think it could be because she got mixed up in your deadly little game?
Excuse me?
That's what getting away with murder really looks like. The more you perpetuate the lie, the greater the rift you create. And then, Kawana killed others besides Mikoshiba. You said so yourself. That's what brought the angry. And if Sawa-sensei ended up paying for that instead, then how can you begin to believe your vengeance is fair?
Because she gave false testimony. She lied in court to say Toshiro was never bullied.
She couldn't name Mikoshiba, who was a minor at the time, without evidence. What's more, she was haunted by her testimony. But now she's been killed. I'm gonna clear up what happened to Sawa-sensei. Just
how?
By going public with everything you and The first step is to appeal the sexual battery and undo this whole lie.
You never groped Yui Mamiya. That's one... The court's verdict was incorrect. So please give us the chance to appeal.
What? You get to humiliate the court again. Besides, what are you gonna do for the next...
Fine.
Yes?
I have no intention of admitting to killing Mikoshiba in court.
We won't know till we try. Let's go, Sari-san. We better act.
Yes.
Yagami-san. Sawa-sensei's death isn't on me. Even if I have grabbed the tiger by the tail.
By that logic, you may as well admit that Mikoshiba didn't kill Toshiro-kun. You can't have it both ways. Listen to me. Everything about you, about Kawana, we're gonna expose. That's the only thing left we can do.
I'm going to fill Genda-sensei in on what happened.
Sure thing.
So then, Ihara admitted to killing Mikoshiba, did he?
Off the record, yeah. He also admitted Kawana approached him to offer revenge.
Sounds like you were productive.
It's enough for us to move forward with the appeal, I'd say.
The sexual battery and to clear Ihara of harassment, you'll need to prove he murdered Mikoshiba.
Ihara-san was captured on video committing the murder.
And the prosecution claims it's a...
They're only saying that to
In
cover...
reality, the sexual battery evidence, at the very least, we can claim Yui Mamiya and the others.
You really think the court...
Are you saying that's not possible?
I wouldn't go that far. But, so what chance do you have even if without any decisive new evidence? You'll just end up... And what good'll it do other than damage your own reputation, Saruku?
To be honest with you, I feel like I've been deeply
What?
Saori-san.
Yes.
You have every...
Listen, Sensei. Ihara and Kawana devised this plan knowing full well they could manipulate. Have we not fallen right into their trap? If we take pity on the prosecution now, we play right into their hand.
True.
So how can we worry about reputation when our duty as lawyers is to face the law?
I understand where you're...
And another thing. While acting as Ihara's defense in the first trial, I never truly believed the claim. I didn't trust the person I was defending, and I felt sick to my stomach even being in the courtroom.
Saori-san.
Ihara likely saw right through that. He probably took great delight in our myopic dedication to the law. And I won't stand for that. I'm gonna show him exactly what I can do.
What about you, Yagami?
We should listen to Saori-san. I understand why Ihara and Kawana did what they did. I can't condemn.
I see.
Yes. Although my motivation may not be as righteous as Saori-san. Mikoshiba's murder, the fake groping alibi, the one behind it all was We need to shine enough light on him that and the perfect place to do it is during a...
So it's not Ihara you're after.
If we pursue Ihara's case, Kawana-san's actions will naturally...
And if we draw out Kawana, then RK and the ones backing them will make their move. Soma from RK said Sawa-sensei knew too much, which means whoever's behind them has a secret that needs to stay buried, even if it means murder. And I need to figure that secret out. The only thing we can do for her now is make sure the ones pulling the strings pay for it.
Well said. I guess it looks like I got complacent from all the peace and quiet.
I apologize. I shouldn't have...
That should be my line, Saori-kun. Get out there and do what needs to be done.
Yeah.
Right.
Yep.
You heard him.
Hello?
Yagamishi, are you still...
Yeah, why?
I'm afraid RK seems to be amassing it.
Are they now?
Yeah, I can't shake the feeling.
You think so? If I was Soma, I'd have left Ijincho, but...
I see.
Things are settling into place here, though. I'm heading back to...
Well, now that's something.
Kuwana-san, or rather Kitakata-sensei, huh? But there's still some things...
Like what?
Like, why does RK keep going after...
Yeah. That's the piece. Before they came to Ijincho, RK was a rich... But when they found out he might have been killed, they suddenly shifted gears to Kuwana. So what are they trying to accomplish?
We can guess all we want, but that's not gonna get us anywhere. Shouldn't we ask someone in Art? They're strengthening their numbers in Ijincho.
The goons at the bottom rung aren't gonna be... Oh, if Akatsu or Soma were around, then we might get...
That's true.
Sitting around here... won't get us any further. I'm gonna head into the city for a bit. I'm quick on my feet.
Yeah, don't say that, Yagami-shi.
Really, guys? Hello?
It's Shirosaki.
Yeah, what's up?
I was thinking back on our interview with Ihara, so I wanted to ask your opinion.
Which part felt...
The part about Kuwana approaching other bullying victims besides Ihara. Ihara-san also mentioned that most of them rejected him.
Yeah, and?
Well, wasn't the first bully Kuwana killed his own student? Shinya Kawai, I mean. Tormented by his bullies, Mitsuru Kusumoto's leap left. That event was the catalyst for Kuwana's actions.
Mitsuru Kusumoto's parents?
Yes, who is currently, if she accepted or is even there's no way she'd ever want that seat. With her level of influence and power, wouldn't it be possible that she ordered, which would explain how RK's actions are being controlled? Wouldn't it?
And you think it's Reiko Kusumoto?
You don't think vice ministers can control criminal organizations?
Yeah. Tsukumo's actually looked into her. Yeah, this is genius, Sari-san. This could
Quite
be...
a compliment coming from you.
Don't sweat it. What a waste.
Yagami-san, back already?
That was quick. I figured you...
Well, the day's not over yet. I need you to... She might be the one behind...
Really?
Yeah. Can you pull up the picture of her?
Okay. Take a look at this, Yagami. It hasn't even been a full year.
Looks like she's still got a good rep.
Yeah, there's almost no criticism of her out.
The Ministry Revolution. Bucking the bureaucracy. Vice Minister is pretty high up there.
Big time. If she really did take Kawana up on his offer, silencing him would be the quickest way. And in that case, she'd need some kind of connection to...
Some kind of connection? A bit vague, no?
Fair enough, but RK already took an innocent life while hunting Kawana down.
Right. And after killing Sawa-sensei, they tried to kill me, too. Still, no matter how dangerous the gang, murder... And again, if someone's pulling... Especially if that someone has vice...
Well, the internet's not gonna give us much else.
Maybe we should.
Would it really be that easy to get...
Mitsuru Kusamoto's still in a coma.
Yes?
If he's in a hospital, we can catch her by surprise.
I get you.
What's what now?
Breaking news from the net. It says manhunt for Sawa-sensei's murderer.
And?
It's hitting the network news, too.
Wanted
The person
for the
they're
murder
after.
of private school teacher Yoko Sawa in her own apartment, Kanagawa PD is conducting a search for the suspect, self-proclaimed handyman Yu Kitakata. Nearby
Why are they looking for
security cameras
Kawana?
captured footage of
Shouldn't they be after Soma?
It's also surfaced that he's been using a false identity for... The police are hopeful that their search will turn up some sort of
If Kawana-san was caught on camera, then surely some
Yeah, on that note, I should have been in the footage. The police only seem to want Kawana. But why? Guess we'll have to
who?
have Detective Watanabe from Kanagawa PD.
Been a while, hotshot.
Yeah, I guess it has. Hey, I'm curious.
I take it you saw the news. Kawana was caught on camera near the crime scene. Plus, he knew the victim.
But I saw Soma holding an ice pick up to Sawas. Plus, there were RK footprints all over the scene.
Because the big boys with big balls at HQ said
So this is all just pressure from upstairs?
Why are you so bent out of shape? Kawana's a legitimate subject, so stick your private investigator...
You know, you sound pretty bent out of I was thinking maybe we could meet up. How's it, Abe-san?
On the phone, in person, there's nothing I can...
He hung up.
Yagamishi, I managed to focus in on the background noise. Despite all the interference, I have a good idea.
What?
He's
Seriously?
on the main drag in Chinatown. If you go now, I'm sure...
But is he even gonna
Won't
listen?
matter if I miss him because we sat here wondering.
Yagami Detective Agency. Quick...
Yagami, why are you
Oh,
here?
hey.
Sakura?
Oh, right.
I take it you didn't just happen to...
Let's just say some friends of mine have a real keen sense of smell.
Excuse me?
The Sawa case. Why aren't you going after RK?
This is what the... Hey!
I get the feeling something's keeping you guys from doing your jobs. And I don't...
You want to say that again?
Sakurai, I gotta hit the can. Head back to the station.
Huh?
Need to take a piss, Yagami? You're looking...
Yeah.
Then let's.
Damn.
Nice spot you brought me to. Very romantic.
Well, we're about to have a shitty conversation. Might as well do it.
Do the cops really believe Koana is responsible for Sawa-sensei's death?
We wouldn't be looking for him if we weren't serious.
To arrest him?
His real name's Yu Kitakata. He's been using a fake. In my eyes, he was suspicious enough.
What about Soma from RK? He should have been spotted on the nearby cameras, too.
He wasn't. Let me rephrase. There's no footage that had RK anywhere near it.
What's that supposed to be?
From the moment Mikoshiba's murder went down, the higher-ups had a handle on things when they were just competing with Tokyo PD over who got to grill hot. After that murder footage came out, it really stirred shit up. Someone at the top is trying to keep details under wraps. And they think it'll work even in this day and age.
You're saying the whole force is in on a cover-up?
It started with the footage surrounding Sawa's apartment. Someone on the inside. Any footage that had the RK guys...
Erase the footage? Are you serious?
Yeah. You heard me. Koana leaving her place is all that's left. Even the parts where you show up are long gone. Before and after, the only person that the cameras pin the crime on is Koana himself.
Who would go so far to erase the footage? Who would do something like that?
It's time to let it go, Yagami. Mikoshiba's case and Sawa-sensei's case, they're closing the book. And to tie up the loose ends, and this is the shitty part, Koana has to die in an accident.
What?
Soon as they track him down, they'll put him into custody and then blame it on negligence. They'll say he resisted arrest and died in the struggle, I guess. Someone clearly wants Koana gone, and they have the power to do it.
Come on. Who could have that power?
Koana is clearly a target of someone higher up. Even if he sees it coming, he won't be able to stop it. As far as I'm concerned, the case is closed. You wouldn't understand until you've been on the force. When the team you're playing for is rotten to the core, all you can do is look the other way. As for me, I'll stick to the cut and dry cases for a while. That's what'll keep me an honest cop.
That's bullshit! You'll shut the lid on the trash, ignore the smell of the rot coming from inside, and go on pretending it's justice? And then you call that being an honest cop?
Asshole. Did you forget that you were talking to a detective?
You never did answer the question, Nami-san. Who had the authority to erase the security cameras? Who wants Koana dead so bad that they do it inside?
Even if I told you, what the fuck could you do about it, detective? Smartass! Leave it alone, Yagami. It's for your own good.
That your call? Well, I think I'll be the judge of that.
You little piece of shit! I've had enough! You dead son of a bitch!
Let's go!
I think it's time you cooled off! Have a drink! You dead son of a bitch!
Come on!
Why'd you have to put in? You dead son of a bitch! Why'd you have to put in? You dead son of a bitch! Dead son of a bitch! Give up already! Listen me up! I think it's time you cooled off! Have a
No.
What in? Dead son of a bitch! That's what you get for poking around! Why'd you have to put in? Dead son of a bitch!
Let's go.
Watch this! I think it's time you cooled off! Have a
Oh god, no.
Give up already! Why'd you have to put in? Pissing me off! Give up already! You dead son of a bitch!
You need to listen.
Dead son of a bitch! Dead son of a bitch! Let's go! I think it's time you cooled off! Have a drink!
Oh god, no.
Dead son of a bitch! Come on! I think it's time you cooled off! Have a drink!
Oh god, no.
Get up already! That hurt! You need to listen.
They broke the lock and forced their way into Sawa-sensei's place. I'm sure she was terrified. They were pointing an ice pick at her. When I found her, yet the police are going after Kawana, and the cops that were there know he isn't a suspect, but say they're hands, so it'll be my voice you hear instead of hers. And when they come to silence me...
I hear you.
And if you have any idea who might be pulling the strings, is there anyone on the force who would want...
The moment we opened Sawa-sensei's case, the Kanagawa brass had a suspect file ready to go. They didn't point to your guy Soma. They named you... Hilarious, isn't it? You were the...
Where'd the info about Kita...
Not sure. About the national...
Public security... Why is public security?
It seems they were interested in RK's criminal network in Kamurocho. You know how after the Tojo clan disbanded, the criminals started... Well, public security would rather let RK roam free than bust them. Even if you catch these guys...
Wait, so they want RK on the streets?
If RK goes down in one fell swoop over a murder case, they have to find... Purely speaking, from public security's point of view, that is.
Unbelievable.
Not that they'd ever say that out. Well, if you believe public security, there's no way RK can...
What the hell?
Not that I'm aware of. On top of that, I asked Tokyo PD about no priors, no census registry, not even a damn... The man known as Kazuki Soma doesn't exist, basically. Maybe that's how it's... They had plenty of files on Kuwana. They're the ones who made him the prime suspect in Sawa-sensei.
That doesn't make any sense.
Look, Kuwana's a scapegoat for RK. As far as they're concerned, with Kuwana's side...
So that's what you meant by Kuwana.
Right. Better to flush your shit than keep a lid on it.
So who's running the show in public security?
I wasn't told, unfortunately. Yeah, Watanabe speaking.
Huh?
Right. Got it. Kuwana's been spotted. A witness reported.
Seriously?
Couldn't say for sure.
Where's he at?
Fukutokucho, in Koreatown, where the Komi Jewel hangs
Komi Jewel?
Apparently it means spider web in Korean. You haven't seen...
Kuwana's there?
You're not gonna say you got that from me.
I don't have much time. You said Kuwana might have him. I'm sure that's why you're telling me all.
If you find him, let him know it's public security.
いらっしゃいませ。ありがとう。
Yagamishi, it's me. I have an update for you. It seems Kuwana has been spotted in Ichincho.
Yeah, in Komi Jewel, right?
Ah, fastidious as ever.
Already?
They're probably going to surround the area and gradually...
Public security is probably behind that. And according to Nabe...
An accident?
Long story short, I need to find Kuwana before the cops do.
I most certainly can. In the meantime, I'll be monitoring this...
Appreciate that.
This is Tsukumo. Yagamishi?
Hey.
Indeed you are.
Then you'll notice the cops block...
Not to worry.
Better be careful here. Way to go.
Can you see the white car that's...
Yeah, I can.
There's a really small gap on the side of the car. You should be able to... It'll be a tight squeeze, I'm sure. But
Yeah, but...
You can leave that part.
Too close. Tsukumo, where should I go?
Komijul proper seems to be located. There's one door in the fence.
なんだなんだあれって
Tsukumo.
Just leave it to...
I see now. Tsukumo, keep navigating. Huh?
Kitakata-sensei!
Relax with the yelling, will you? You're giving away our location.
How am I supposed to relax? This shit's intense!
Shh.
Sugiura?
Didn't Tsukumo-kun tell you I was...
Yeah.
Yagami-san.
Does that mean RK beat the...
No, not exactly. But maybe I'm wrong.
No, that was no mistake.
But why?
Someone in authority on the force is trying to get rid of Insane or not, I need to get to Koana before RK or the cops.
I don't. Come to think of it...
Good question. Aren't there people from Komijul here? It can't be all RK. Maybe we can ask them where
worth a shot. That looks like a lot of our...
Yeah. But if that many are out searching...
True. We'll just have to stay one step ahead of them. I don't see anywhere else we can go. So let's go up those stairs.
Looks like this is the highest we can go.
Yagami-san, we've got arcade coming in from below, too.
Let's find another route on this floor. What the? Hey. Hey.
Yeah, we should be able to get up from here. There we go.
Damn.
Good work, Yagami.
Yo! You guys are Komi Jewel, aren't you?
Huh? Komichu? Us?
What's going on here, man? This place is empty. Away, would you?
Yagami-san.
I'd rather not have to.
So...
Yeah?
Let's go.
Yagami-san, looks like the top floor is up ahead. There's a room on this side too, though. Might be worth checking out. I wish we'd had some sign of Kawana-san, but... Are you ready to go, Yagami?